My name's Steve Peterball, and doing this video presentation here, so can hopefully pass this course. The video submission asks that we highlight what we think is most important from this book in this class. And first, I just want to start out with saying, first read the syllabus. I immediately thought, like, why is it that we are even still learning about business ethics and leadership and corruption and within the business world and leadership in general? Why is it that we're still learning about this? Because we're talking about stuff that has been happening since, you know, in the 1950s, the 1960s. We're talking about workplace harassment that has been going on since the 80s, and just stuff that has been very well documented or well known within the business world. Why are we still learning about it? Why isn't it that we're being taught how to fix it, but instead we're just learning about it? That's one of the first things that came to my mind. I wrote a final paper in another business class with Carlos Linares about the Enron scandal and stuff. It's like we're talking about stuff that happened in 2000 and even 2008, and the real estate market crash, a decade old, and this is I think this is the first problem in ethical leadership, is that we're not being taught the right things. We're going through college and we're just learning about this stuff. They're telling you about it. Well, if we're just learning about it and not learning how to actually do something about it, then why would anybody ever do anything about it? Like, it almost seems that it's just become a cultural norm to be a part of unethical leadership situations and workplace harassment. But if I were to highlight one thing about the book and about this course is simply just globalization. I think the idea of globalization is a good idea. It's allowed people to become more connected to other cultures, other societies, other practices, and just other people in general. But where it has gone wrong is it's left a big gap between the top and the bottom. So with this big gap that we have here, there's a lot of chaos in the middle. There's a lot of chaos in this pyramid here. I like to always look at this. The USD. We see at the top of the pyramid is the enlightened ones. The all-seeing eye. And well, we know the top is much smaller than the bottom. We know that the top 1% own 90% of excuse me, own 90% of the world's wealth, and then the bottom 90% only own 10% of it. It's an insane figure, an insane number. So what's going on in the middle of all that? If these people at the top are the financial and monetary elite, and the people at the bottom have nothing, what's going on in the middle? There's a pull, there's a divide. You got half the people in the middle that want to become wealthy and they want to succeed in a monetary value sense. They want to get money, they want to have new cars and buy a new house and blah blah blah. And then there's other ones that are becoming extremely discouraged, that they don't even go out and look for a job. They won't even go work at a burger joint. They'd rather give up, because I think they see no way out. Generationally, they've never seen any way out, and it's only getting worse, and the gap's only getting bigger, and there will become a total divide one day where something's going to have to be done, and there will be a call to action, whether it's from the top or whether it's from the bottom, whether it's anarchy or whether it's oligarchy. But It's very simple. We live in a state of oligarchy already. You know, the likes of the media, banking, oil. We know this. So, you know, who was it? Was it Eisenhower that warns us of the military-industrial complex? When we see this gap in wealth inequality, specifically here in America, leadership roles can easily be taken advantage of. So, like when you talk about fear and greed, well, greed ultimately just leads into fear because when one is so greedy and then they've lost and they've ran out of resources to be greedy about, they ultimately become fearful. They're afraid to not have what's next. They're afraid of not being on top or being the best or having the newest product, the newest you name it. So this is being taken advantage of because you have just absolutely and all due respect to the people at the top of the monetary system. They put in an extraordinary amount of time, effort into becoming the top. These people these are weird people. These people are on a different wavelength. They really are. They've tapped into a different energy source than the general population, and that allows the general population and just everyday employees to be taken advantage of, to be harassed, and they can't do anything about it because the executives of this world have become so powerful. So with the likes of globalization, and the rise of technology and artificial intelligence and data analytics, we see the financial gap growing bigger and bigger, and this is why unethical leadership is so common. Is because these top executives who are greedy, who are hungry for the next big thing, for monetary consumption, they'll do anything and destroy anything that comes in their path, and there's no respect for the common employer or employee anymore. There's no respect for the middle class citizen or for that matter, the poor. There's no respect. They're looked at as replaceable. So with with faith and with dignity, we're gonna go forward. We're gonna move forward, and it's just a period of time. This physical matrix we've created is just a period of time. We'll get through it, but right now it is hard to be a part of this oligarchy, to be a part of this system. It's very discouraging for a person like me, for many others. There was a time in my life where I definitely had visions of being some multi-millionaire entrepreneur salesman, you know, badass, right? But once we realize that it's all smoke and mirrors, um, that this consumer culture is just a very vicious culture. You realize what's important. You know, you realize what's going to last an eternity, and the new Ferrari and that $10,000 bonus. It's only going to last you a little while. So thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I understand I babble a lot and I rant. It's just how I am. But yeah, thank you for watching, and let's keep moving forward.